Welcome back everybody to another one of my battle reports. This is week 3 of our ongoing league, and I'm playing against a Dark Eldar player. This is his army list. Um, yes, these are proxied venoms. He has one venom on the bottom right, that's actually a real one. So the army list, the 3 venoms on the bottom right are dual scatter cannon, or splinter cannons, the ones with are heavy 6. And all 3 of them have Trueborn inside, 4 Trueborns with blasters. The 5 venoms to the left of it have just 5 warriors inside. The 3 Ravengers you see on the top, left 1, 2, and 3, are actually the 3 Bright Lance ones, the Ravengers. I think they're Ravengers. The one to the right of that is a Raider full of witches, and that's his 1750 army. And here we have the table we played on. And this week's mission is a cumulative objective mission. At the end of every game turn, whoever has an objective gets a point. At the end of the game, you tally all the points, and there's a scale of what you need to get a certain amount of points. The most you can get is 25, which is if you get 11 or more points. Anything below 11, 6 to 11 is a 20 to 25 victory. I think it's 2 to 4 is like a 15 to 10 victory or something like that. And the other 5 points you can get from killing your opponent's moving marine. Alright, and it is table quarters here, and I decided to take this quarter. I won the roll-off, and this is my deployment. You can see the objectives on the bottom right next to my Razorback. There's one there. There's one to the very right of the screen, kind of towards the middle, and the third one is in the very, very middle of the screen next to the silo. But my deployment is I put my 3 Typhoons behind this building. There's a combat squad inside the building with the plasma cannon and a plasma gun. The 2 Predators are lined up in the front, the Dreadnought behind it, and of course the Razorback with the twin glass cannon. Here we go, Dark Angel's turn 1. After my opponent tried to seize the initiative and he failed, I decided to deep strike my Terminators here. I realized I was a little too conservative. I wasn't close enough to claim the objective, so I had to end up running. All 3 of my speeders moved up from behind the building. They moved 12 kind of over so I could get shots at his vehicles over here behind the ruins. And then on the other side, there isn't much else moving. My Razorback just moves up a little bit so I could claim this objective. The moving marine you see in the middle, I had infiltrated him, but I moved and fleeted him towards this middle objective, and that was it. Now, as I said earlier, this is my shooting phase. I had ran my Terminators so I could at least get within 3 inches of the objective. This is just a picture of what I did during my shooting phase. I destroyed 2 of the venoms that were in the front with the Trueborn inside of it, and 2 of his Ravengers. So now he's down 2 venom squads with the blasters and 2 Ravengers, and that venom on the left there lost one of his weapons and it can't move or shoot this turn. Dark Eldar, turn 1. Alright, now despite losing most of his things turn 1, I had neutralized what we did. We calculated after the game it was 600 points worth of stuff. So he was already crippled. But this is his turn 1. He moved his venom out here to contest this objective at the end of the game turn. Alright, the rest of his moving, he turbo boosted one of the venoms to contest the objective my moving marine was on. He shook one of the land speeders and wrecked the other one. The one that's on the floor, actually he didn't wreck it, it was immobilized and lost both of his weapons, so it's pretty much just there. Dark Angel's turn 2. You can see my yellow rhino came in from reserves. I moved it up 12 and popped smoke. Other than that, the moving marine just moved up from where it was before. These Terminators moved up. I was going to assault cannon the venom and assault the warriors that were inside of it. And then here you see from my shooting, I shot down his last Ravenger, so now his army has no Dark Lances left. He still has the Trueborn with the blasters, but it's too late now. Then here you see from the rest of my shooting, another venom got taken down and there's no more Ravengers, so he begins to try to retreat from what I was doing. Now the shooting didn't kill the venom, so I had to assault it, and then you'll see the result after. Like I said, this is the result. The venom blew up and he lost 2 of the warriors in the explosion, and now they're just sitting here. I think they were pinned. They may have been falling back from a failed morale chest. Not sure. Then here you see it was a easy cleanup for my moving marine, being able to get through these guys fairly easily. Dark Eldar turn 2, you could already see my opponent doesn't have much left on the board. He moves his raider out, and the witches with the Homunculi, they disembark and they're going to assault my terminators. Then the rest of his shooting, the 4 models you see here in the middle are 3 Trueborn and the warrior behind it. He concentrated all of his fire into my moving marine, and it ended up getting killed this turn. Then here you see at the end of combat, I lose 1 Terminator, and I killed, I think, 2 or 3 of his warriors, or witches, and I actually won the combat, but since I can't sweeping advance, he just falls back. The start of Dark Angel's turn 3, there really isn't much else for me to do. I moved my Rhino up 12 inches, disembarked, so my Marines are within 12. I'm going to rapid fire the warriors and the trooper that's actually in front of me so I could claim the objective. This picture was taken because my dreadnought, which is on the bottom left, you can see is a little blurry. I ended up taking out his moving marine, which is in the ruins. That's why I took this shot. Then from the rest of my shooting, you can see he lost all of his venoms, and all of his warriors and stuff. They're all on foot now. On the left, the ruins. In the middle, you can kind of see them all there. Alright, now my terminators, all I did here was move so that the warriors, or they'll be within 12 inches or 6 inches of the witches, so they continue to fall back. I assaulted the warriors that were to the right of them, killed them, and consolidated. Alright, Dark Angel's turn 3. You can see the witches have to fall back. They fell back behind the 2 venoms, which moved up. I didn't mention or take any pictures, but my second Rhino squad, which is the orange squad, moved up 12 twice to get into position next to the objective here. And my last Terminator is the lone survivor after Belial and his friends died. Alright, now Dark Angel's turn 4. There really isn't much else I do besides just random shooting and cleanup. I pretty much have this game won, so I'm just taking out the rest of his army. Alright, on this side of the board, as you can see, the Terminator's there. The Raider is not there anymore. The Terminator assaulted it and destroyed it. Dark Eldar turn 4. He's still trying to deny me this objective. He moves his venom out 12 inches, or he might have turbo boosted, I'm not sure. But both venoms moved out. This is his Homunculi's weapon. I forgot what it was called. Liquefier. There it is. He shot it and rolled an AP6 on it. So the Terminator, I think he ends up getting killed this turn from all the shooting, but this is his turn. Alright, here we go. Start of Dark Angel's turn 5. What I end up doing is the Marines get out from the back of the Rhino. I moved it up 12 inches so that his witches didn't have room to get around. I couldn't quite tank shock because I would have moved an inch and hit the venom, the first venom. So my Marines just move up. They're going to end up shooting and assaulting this venom, or the guys inside. Because you'll see in the next picture that I try to shoot the 2 venoms and get the guys out first. And like I said, it's nothing more than cleanup from here on out. The yellow squad is going to shoot at the warriors in the ruins in front of it. The 2 predators turn and shoot, try to take out the 2 venoms. Same thing with the dreadnought's last cannon and the twin-leg the razorback in the middle. Now here's a picture of my shooting after I had shot. The Stormbolter from the yellow Rhino shot into the guys on the right, and my guys that are disembarked shot into the middle squad. And you can see the model on the floor. He went to ground, and at the very, very end of the game, that is the only model left he has on the table, and you'll see a picture of it later. Alright, Dark Angel's turn 5. You can see the 3 warriors here move, and I'm not sure if he shot me or assaulted me, or if I killed him from shooting my next turn. I think I shot him and killed him. I'm not sure, but this is the start of his movement. You can see 3, and then the 2 warriors behind him are falling back. Alright, Dark Angel's turn 6. Like I said, I don't know what happened to it. I think I just rapid fired and killed the 3 warriors in front of me. Now at this point in the game, I remembered I was up enough to win the game 20-5, but I wanted to get a clean 30-0. So I realized that if the game had ended, I wouldn't have gotten that. So I went out and tried to table my opponent. The 3 warriors you see in the middle ended up getting rapid fired by my Marines, and they all died. But I didn't get a table on him this turn. And the start of Dark Angel's turn 6, his witches actually rally, they moved, fleeted, and assaulted my marines. And this is a picture after combat. I had won by 1, and he fell back and ran away, and this is actually where the game ended because it ended on turn 6. I ended up getting enough accumulative objective points to have won the 25-0, and then I killed his moving marine, so I got a clean 30. And this is the final picture of the game. You can see his one warrior